Part 1.
You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. Section 1. You will hear a woman talking on the phone to a hotel receptionist. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good morning, Atlas Hotel. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. A friend has told me about your hotel and I'd like to book some rooms, please.
Okay, when would you like to stay here?
Well, we've booked flights on the 23rd of August.
Okay, I'll just find that date.
The arrival date is the 23rd of August, so 23rd August has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good morning, Atlas Hotel. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. A friend has told me about your hotel and I'd like to book some rooms, please.
Okay, when would you like to stay here?
Well, we've booked flights on the 23rd of August.
Okay, I'll just find that date. That seems to be fine. We have a few rooms available then.
Oh, that's good. I was a bit worried. We've left things rather late.
Well, you're lucky. We had 2 cancellations last week.
Oh.
Now, how long do you want to stay for?
Well, last year we only stayed a week and it wasn't long enough. So this time we thought 2 weeks, if it's possible.
That looks fine. Yes, you do need plenty of time here to really relax. It'll be getting towards the end of the tourist season as well, so it won't be quite so hot then.
Oh, good. We've got 2 children, and I was wondering if you have any rooms that are next to each other.
Let's see. I'm afraid that isn't possible, but we do have what we call a family room, which is a lot bigger than a double room and can take 2 adults and 2 children.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Okay, I'll book you in for that. So, can I have your name and address, please?
Yes, it's Mr. and Mrs. Shriver.
Can you spell that for me?
Yes, it's Shriver.
Thank you. And you said 2 children, didn't you?
Yes, they're 2 boys of 10 and 12.
Fine. And can I have your home address?
Yes, we live at flat 29, Tower Heights.
Okay. Is that England?
No, it's Scotland, actually. We're from Dunbar. The postcode's EH41 2GK.
Okay, great. That's a country I'd really like to visit.
You'd have to bring a lot of warm clothes.
I know. And can I have a contact telephone number?
Sure. Our home number is 0131 9946 5723.
723. Thank you. I hope you don't mind, but we always ask our guests what the purpose of their trip is. I'm guessing yours is a holiday?
Yes, we're really looking forward to it.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, You have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
As you've been here before, I wonder if you'd mind answering a few short questions for our tourist board?
No, not at all.
They collect information from tourists so that they can try to improve the tourism industry here.
That's a good idea.
OK. So, what type of holiday activity do you like best?
Well, I like a lot of things. I like shopping and sightseeing. But I think as a family, we all enjoy swimming the most.
OK, and do you go to the beaches to do that?
Well, sometimes we do. We also like to sit around the pool at the hotel.
When you go to the beaches, what do you think of them?
Well, they're a bit crowded.
I know.
But then you expect that in the holidays. The main thing is that they're very clean. That's why we come back.
I'm glad to hear that. And you said you like shopping?
Yes, it's fun.
How are the shop staff? Are they...
Well, I don't want to criticise, but sometimes, well, they're a bit too helpful.
trying to sell you souvenirs?
Yes, I prefer to choose things myself.
Uh-huh. What about eating and the service in the restaurants?
Oh, the food is delicious, always. And the waiters, well, they're polite and so fast. Nothing takes very long.
That's good news. Sometimes people complain, but...
Well, I haven't been to every restaurant. There are rude waiters everywhere, I suppose.
Well, we like to avoid it if we can. Do you have suggestions for things which might improve your holiday experience here?
Not really. Let me think. Oh, yes. I did notice the last time I was there that there are local buses, but you don't seem to have any bikes.
No, we don't. Most people have cars.
It's just nice to hire one and get some exercise. Go at a slower pace so that you can really see the landscape.
OK, I'll note that down. Well, thank you very much.
That is the end of part 1. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to part 1. Part 2.
You will hear someone talking about a wildlife park. Before you listen, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a keeper here at Arana Wildlife Park, and that means that my job is to look after some of the animals that we have here. First, let me tell you a bit about us. The word Arana means welcome in the local Māori language, and we are very pleased to see you all here. As you probably know, we're run by a charity, and we specialise in endangered species of animals, birds and reptiles. The park grounds cover 80 hectares of land, and we have 400 animals altogether from 70 different species. So that you can see the animals in their natural environment, we've built streams and banks to separate you from the animals and make sure your trip around the park is safe. Our animals come mainly from here, New Zealand, and from Australia, Africa and South America. There are a lot of animals to see and quite a number of things you can do here, so let me tell you about a few of the exciting encounters before you decide where to go. One of our most popular animals is a type of giraffe called a Rothschild. It's easy to spot. It has 3 horns rather than the usual 2. Giraffes are amazing animals close up, and you have an opportunity to hand feed them here at the park at 12 noon or 3 in the afternoon. This is one of the most popular activities and will be one that you'll never forget. In fact, we believe hands-on education is very important, so you can touch or pat a variety of friendly animals, such as cows and goats, at the farmyard. This experience goes on all day and is designed to help children take an interest in animals and their environment. I can assure you it's not at all dangerous. Another exciting activity for visitors is watching some of our big cats reach speeds of up to 70 kilometres per hour during their exercise run. The cheetah is the fastest land mammal, and this event takes place at 3:40 every day. You can watch them go down their paddock in under 30 seconds.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
So, here's a plan of the park. As you can see, we're here at the main entrance, and there's an information centre to your right. Now, it's quite easy to get around the park. We have daily guided walkabout tours, which let you get up close to the animals. Or, if you prefer to be at a distance, you can take the safari bus and drive around with a wildlife expert. If you decide to take the walkabout tour, it leaves at 10:45, that's in just under an hour, from the meerkats enclosure next to us. From there, the walk passes the adventure playground and the otters in the first enclosure, and then arrives at the New Zealand birds area in the next enclosure, just in time to see them being fed. Then you go on to the reptile house and the tigers and the rest of the animals. Alternatively, you can wait until the afternoon walk. There are plenty of other things to see in the morning. One of these is the African village. Just turn to your right from the main entrance, walk past the first bus stop, and it's just before the African wild dogs enclosure. It's a wonderful, colourful experience. You can also go to the shop and buy your souvenirs there. We have beautiful soft toys, giraffe and zebra, for children, and a whole range of t-shirts, hats and skincare products with an African theme. After that, why not have lunch in the picnic area on the far eastern side of the park? I'd recommend this because while you're eating, you might catch sight of the ostriches on one side of you or buffalo on the other. For the afternoon walkabout tour, you'll need to find your own way to the African lion habitat, which is on the west side of the park, just past the Conservation Centre. To join the tour, you actually go past the lion habitat. You'll see 2 bus stops, keep walking, and the meeting place is about half a kilometre after the second one. If you've gone past the zebra, you've gone too far. For those of you who would prefer to travel on the safari bus, this runs from 10:30 to 4 p.m. There are stations throughout the park, but the first one is at Jomo's Cafe, which is directly opposite where we're standing. Go straight ahead and it's just in front of the giraffes. There are various feeding times for the animals and the bus stops in time for all of these. So, let me just give you some safety guidelines.
That is the end of part 2. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers to part 2.